G'day. So I've been working on my power plant, my nuclear power plant, which has 24 reactors, and the water to feed those 24 reactors is a fair old mission in itself. So each reactor will take 300 water per minute, and that works out to be 7,200 water per minute. So that in itself is a bit of a task. So I finally finished getting the water in. I'm just going to show through it and show a few considerations that you might want to take into account if you're going to do something similar. So first of all, the water plant itself is going to take a lot of power. So if you're like me and you're making nuclear because it's going to be your next step of power, just take into consideration. So 60, this is how many this is. 60 extractors is going to take 1200 megawatts of power. And then also don't forget to take into account all the pumps. So I have quite a lot of pumps getting lined up. And the pumps themselves take 624 megawatts. So yeah, when you're making something like this, don't forget it's going to take a lot of power in itself. So with the setup I've got, obviously 60 works out well, so I have every set of 5 will do 2 lines of 300. So this set of 5 just here will do 2 lines. They merge out into this line and then this line, and then they go off and join the main water bus. And I've just repeated that over and over and over to get finally a water bus that has 7,200 water per minute. So this area of the map is the center uranium node in the swamp area. So it's quite, I guess, quite a common area for people to build their nuclear plants in this area here, which is where I've done mine. And obviously because the nuclear plants need a lot of water, a lot of people are going to be using this ocean here to get the water. So one thing that might catch you out, that caught me out when I set this up, I'll just show you now, is, so I had this set up here, this main one I did first, and my idea was to come down here and just replicate that again. But I got about halfway down here, and unfortunately the game doesn't let you build any more water extractors this deep in the water, so I had to mess around a whole lot. So yes, I can put them here, but then it gets to a certain point, about halfway down, and no, the game just says, sorry, no more water extractors. Donk, can't do it anymore. So I had my big plans to have this, and it was all going well, and I had to really switch it up, which is why I've got that other one over that side, and I'm running the bus all the way around to come in evenly here. So there's that. Another thing is, because I'm so OCD, I probably could have had this done a lot quicker, but I really take a lot of time to make it all neat. Now, speaking of being neat, with pipes, if anyone else is OCD, you probably got the same opinion, that the pumps themselves are the bane of anyone's existence who has any sort of OCD. Now obviously I can't live with a whole bunch of pumps touching each other, but it's unavoidable for this kind of setup, which is why I've come up with these pumping station rooms to get all my pumps and get them all in one room and cover it up so it looks neat, which this looks pretty neat. Now this place doesn't even have a door because I don't want to go in here ever again, but I'll just show you what I've done in here. So yeah, to avoid all the clipping etc, it's just a mess of pumps in here. And there's no avoiding clipping when it comes to pumps, unfortunately. But with this setup, I think I've come up with a reasonable idea to keep people's OCD intact. Just a little idea. So anyway, obviously I need the pumps because the water's down here and my station's up there. And these come all the way down. So yeah, it works out 300 for each power station, and that's obviously just one line per power station. When they're running at 100%, they'll take 300 per minute. So I'll just take this pipe because it's a bit quicker. So there's my second pump station, and it's all covered up, so I don't have to see the clipping of all the pumps. And I come in here. Yeah, this water project was quite an undertaking. And there's so many pipes under here that I lose a few frames when I'm looking around here. So the pipes come all the way in, and then they come up into the center of my nuclear station. And they split off all nice and evenly, and they go up into my station. Now another thing I had to do, because obviously I need 2 sets of pumps to get up here, and pumps clip. I just did this solution here, so made this little design around the center of it. And underneath is the disgustingness. But no one ever needs to know about this. And I just cover it up and pretend it's not there. Because pipes are very hard to look, the pumps are very hard to make look neat. This is a little bit spaghetti-ish, but it's actually quite even if you look down from on top. And this is the only solution I can really come up with to make pumps look neat, which you just can't. So it's all covered up. So yeah, and then my pumps come up into here. Sorry, the water comes up into here. Losing a few frames. And then it all splits off nice and even. And I get 300 water per minute for each power station.